Failure is definitely not the end. Anything you are doing, keep at it. So now we looked at this last week, where we unveiled the mystery, and then we talked about, the failure being the best learning curves and all. These are things we've done last week. And last week there's a certain animal I told us about. Which of the animals? A lion. We talked about the lion and how the lion manages to become king of the jungle. They only succeed in 25% and fail 75% of the time. Every time they chase animals 100 times, the lion will only catch 25 of those 100 animals. 75 of the animals each time will escape, yet it is king of jungle. And I gave us the reason why. What did I say was the reason? Never gives up. It's resilience. Yes, sir.
Consistency.
Consistent. The minute he chases now and the animal escapes, what does the lion do? It will just stand, look at the animal as it's running away. Immediately he's looking for the next opportunity. What else is it about the lion that ensures that they are king of the jungle?
It comes in pride.
It comes in a pride. And I told us to form pride here last week. Did any of us form pride? I thought about it. I said, try and know someone who you don't know before from the class. Did we introduce ourselves? We did. You met new people from class. Great. At least I'm happy that some people are listening. The rest of us, maybe we continue as we did. Say now like this, we go there. We go there like this next year. Look, there's no pride in doing it alone. Meet people. Connect with them. You will find out that when you guys form a pride, see, there's this saying, if you work with 5 millionaires, what will happen? You'll be the 6th millionaire. It's just natural. Form pride. You see, the success rubs off on everybody, every team member. But if you're recalcitrant, I don't want to make anybody know what's in my head. They go collect my idea, they go share them. You hold your own. 5 people hold their own. You forget to say 2 heads are always better than choice is yours. Now you go chop the commission, maybe me. Other examples, we talked about how the baby bears, although bears are not native to Africa, but bears are growing, they grow big and they are huge. Every time, despite the fact that even lion cubs, majority of lion cubs do not survive. And they die within their first year. Within their first year, they die. And what's the greatest killer of lion cubs? Lions. Lions. This is what they talk about polygamy. It's a natural order made by God. We as human beings, we can subvert it all we want. But God intended all animals to be polygamous in nature. That's the reason why although, people, when I was looking at, coach, not they talking you, but I tell you, it happens across all our animals. There are certain animals that are exceptions. Certain animals are exceptions. Such animals are like a wolf. When a wolf, a wolf has a pack, could be up to 40, but only the alpha male and the alpha female can mate and have babies. No, if any other one tries to beat, they kill that one. Until they dethrone that alpha male or female, the next comes up, yes, please. Now, you see, nature always likes the best to survive. Have you heard of this saying, survival of the fittest? It ensures that only the best of everything survives, because the best will give you the best genes for the next generation. If somebody is here, maybe let us say 2 people, I am here, someone else is here. The next person, let us say, that one has anemia, shortage of blood, lack of calcium, his bones are brittle. You know there are people who can't do strenuous things, their bones will break. Not from bending. They can even run and their bone will break. Do you know that people like that exist? They lack calcium in the system. There are also people who have very poor eyesight. We're not talking about people who develop eye issues from injury or from old age now. They are born with bad eyes. You see, there are traits in animals, even in plants, that are not good. There are some people are born deformed. There's this thing the Greeks used to do, the Spartans particularly. They have a child, once a baby is born, they examine that baby. That baby has a hunchback, they will kill it. They don't even wait for the baby to die. Once every baby born is taken from the mother and examined. They look for deformities. If a baby is deformed, if a baby exhibits certain kind of weak traits, immediately they on their own will climb. There's a place they go, they throw the baby there to die. So what they're doing is they're selecting the best to survive. And when the best survive, best male, best female, it ensures that the next generation will be strong, will inherit strong traits. That's the reason why incest is not good. If you're my sister, I shouldn't have sexual intercourse with you or have a baby with you if you are my blood sister. Because if we do that, maybe we'll have kids, they also do that. They also have kids, they also do that. The deformities inside of me and deformities inside of you that would have been recessive will begin to come dominant, because there is no new introduction of genes from other birds. Because remember, you and I from the same father, same mother. If I marry, let's say my sister here, what it ensures is she is coming from two other people as well. I am coming from two people. The stronger genes usually are the good ones will bear. The kids will have traits from her parents, traits from my parents. If you also get married to a guy here, same thing happens. So it ensures, nature has a way of ensuring that the next generation is stronger and better than what was. That's why if you notice, parents usually, not in all cases though, parents usually, you're actually a better version of your parents if you really look at it. You are different, but you're still there. You're a better version of your parents. So that's what happened. But then coming to one of the animals, if I am a male lion, my brother here is also another male lion, then he is also a male lion. I have a pride. In my pride, I have, let us say, 10 lionesses. All of them get pregnant, all of them give birth. So each of them gives birth to, let's say, 3 cubs each. That's 30, right? And I have, all those 10 females are mine. Then the 2 of them, they pair up, because nowadays lions pair up, coalitions. So they now come one day, because you see, one thing about lions, once the male ones from my own pride grows to a certain age, I drive the males out, the females remain to continue giving birth. I might be their father, but they will give birth for me. You see, now we're tending towards that incest we talked about in humans. But see where it gets better. Nature is very smart. I might be strong enough to defeat the first lion that comes to take over my pride. I might defeat 2, 3, 4, 5. But one day I will not be strong enough. When he now comes, he will defeat me. And the minute he defeats me, any lion cub, usually below 1 year old, that are from me, he will kill all of them. Take over the pride. The reason he kills that is animals don't kill for fun. They kill either for food or for mating rights. I have been propagating my genes. He wants to do the same thing I have been doing. By killing me or chasing me from the bride, he takes over all those 10 lionesses. So he wants to also propagate his genes. And female animals come into estrus only after they have weaned their young. So by he killing all those cubs, immediately their menstrual cycle resumes. Then when he now mates with them, they will get pregnant. And then have lion cubs for him. His own genes are now being propagated. Do you see the reason why lions kill other lions? That is what nature intended. And that's just lion. It happens with all other animals. We don't do biology during the class. So humans and the law of wasted effort we looked at last week. Only humans think that the lack of success in a few attempts is failure. But the truth is that we only fail when we stop trying. See it, stop trying. If you stop trying, then you have failed. Keep at it, you haven't failed. Re-strategize. You see, we watch movies. You see maybe a kid being bullied in class. And they bully him, beat him up. Sometimes the kids will now go back home and say, why am I always crying and they're bullying me and I'm crying every time? The child might decide, okay, I must stand up to this bully. You go the next day, they just beat you left and right. But as they're beating you, you're learning. That child is learning something about how that bully fights. He's learning about how that bully, what the kind of words they say to him or her to make him or her cry. So that each time he goes back to school, he's better than he was yesterday. And eventually one day, the bully will come, he will knock the bully down. Why? Because he has now come up with a strategy to defeat that bully. That's what failure should be doing to you. Don't you ever give up. Moving on from failure. You can fail exams, so it's not a law that you pass every time. Very important things in life has been lost. Sometimes you're waiting on one particular contract. That contract will change your life. It doesn't come. What happens? You might have to move from your duplex into a 2-bedroom because you lost that contract. But it's at the end of life. Now. So, again, I say failure is okay. You see, these are all the reasons why it is okay. You're here now means that you have surmounted them. So, the fact that you're even present seated in this class means you have surmounted all the obstacles in front of you from when you were born till now. So why would failure at sales stop you? So again, that leads us to asking the question, what's the law of wasted effort? What is it? Is it one sentence? No. Law of wasted effort is actually a lot of things. It just tells you that failure is a stepping stone to success. It tells you that animals, plants, all forces of nature, even babies, human babies, all know, believe in, and accept the law of wasted effort. It's inbuilt in us. But you see, we have it, we know it as babies. But as we're growing, the more we now start having sense, the more we begin to forget it. And that's why we're here. Because we've forgotten about that law. Only humans think lack of success in a few attempts is failure. Only humans, nothing else. A baby, in fact, not say only adult humans. Because babies don't know what is failure. Babies don't accept it. A baby is trying to climb a chair and keeps falling down. You will let the chair fall on that baby. The minute the baby will cry, you will think, why are you going there now? The minute you sort that baby out like software, it goes right back. It does not know what failure is. It just has to succeed until it succeeds in climbing that chair. You only fail when you stop trying. Whenever you fail, appreciate the process. You see, the process is forming you to become something. It is the process. Law of wasted effort is a process. It forms you, it builds you, it develops you, it molds you into the better version of you. The person you were yesterday should not be better than the person you are today. If your yesterday was better than your today, then you failed. It means you've accepted failure because you're now retrogressing. I don't know if you understand what I mean. It means you're stepping down. Life happens. Some of us have had plenty money, lost it, and come back up. But if you refuse to come back up, you stay down, beating yourself, crying for yourself, looking for who to help you. That's failure. For those of us who are single ladies that want husbands, you're just busy making yourself pretty, but you're not making moves. People around you are getting married. What is it they are doing? They are putting themselves in the path of people looking for wives. And you are busy pimping yourself up and pepper your things. You go nowhere, you did it. Put yourself in the path of people looking for wives. Strategy. You get brain, God give you head. Think calm. If going to church will get you a husband, go. If going to the club will get you a husband, go. If going to, gatherings will get you a husband, go. But you know what? People just go to those gatherings, but they don't have a strategy in going to those gatherings. When you get to those gatherings, main goal, not stupidly though, with your sense. Yeah, it's easy to use girls as an example, but boys go through the same thing. Guys, you go, they don't look you, nothing, I beg, leave me alone, I'm not interested, and you just give up. Stay on course. Don't you give up no matter what happens around you. Now, I'll give you instances. Steve Jobs. Who doesn't know Steve Jobs? Raise your hand if you don't know him. So we all have heard about him, right? Okay, Steve Jobs is the co-founder of Apple. You know Apple now? iPhone, iMac, iTouch, everything, all those Apple products. Steve Jobs is the co-founder. So when they founded it in a garage. Who has read the story of how Apple came to be? Who? They started from college. They dropped out of college actually and started this company. When they started the company, they were doing well. They were tech guys anyways. Just like Bill Gates, what's his name? Facebook. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg. And they had a colleague, Steve Jobs. What's the name of his colleague? Steve Wozniak. And they are both namesakes. So they started this company, and the company was doing well. Steve Jobs was the first MD. So now, Steve was a college dropout because in order for them to chase their dreams, you see, that's one thing about America that a lot of countries in the world don't do. If you're in America and you're growing up there, they quickly identify your leaning. You see, a lot of us here, we might have been geniuses, but because they force us to do the same, when you come to biology, they dissect toad. Since before independence, they still dissect toad. Tell me what in toad, what is inside the intestine of toad where they help you for life? Our education system needs to be reinvented. The Chinese little kids now, I saw a video in that particular school. They don't bring food from home anymore. The ingredients are there in school. What? You saw it too. The ingredients are there in the school. in their lunchtime, these little things will go and cook what they want to eat and eat it within lunchtime and then go back to class. They're not teaching you to cram and boil it down for the exam. They're teaching you practical skills. That's why China has the highest number of millionaires per capita and the highest number of billionaires in the world. China. There is one thing about China. If you come, the highest number, which country has the highest number of billionaires? China. Which country has the highest number of millionaires? China still. What is the reason? Everybody starts a business. Now, Steve Jobs, aside from being a college dropout, they sacked him from his own company. They don't see where that kind of thing happened before. He was fired. It does not mean that they took away his shares. Remember, two of them owned it. And they later let people in. He was sacked as the CEO because what the people wanted was not what was going on. If people give you money, they can hold you for neck. But in Nigeria, you just go and bribe somebody and chase all of them out. Once you have shareholders, you answer to your shareholders. So Steve Jobs was fired. He was fired from his own company. Then, after 12 years, you know not what 12 years is slave. After 12 years, he returned. All that time he was sacked. He continued to develop things. He didn't stop developing. He was still, his shares are still there, majority shareholder. But it took him 12 long years, which we cannot describe all the things that happened in the interim in this, our short class, before he could get back on the horse again. But he returned as CEO. Now, after all that, today, he is known as the master of innovation. He died a few years back, Abi. And when he died, see the way the world felt it. Why? Because a great brain has gone. But in his own case, his own brain made an impact in the world. What are you sitting down here good at? Why can't you make an impact in sales? What will stop you from selling the whole of Lagos State? What really? I'm asking us a question. What is stopping you from selling the entire Lagos? Yeah? But I don't answer. What is stopping us from selling the whole of Lagos? In fact, the whole of Nigeria. I always tell us something. You see this? When you walk into Yaba Market, in fact, today if you get to, once you're going to Lagos Island, immediately you're dropping at 7. You see those guys that follow you? They're the best salespeople. Also here guys, exactly. And that's what we are. All of honor, where they pose, now here and they do. Maybe I don't tell them that before. Now here and be. Until you don't say now here in the wrong. Oh, you said no. Okay. You say no be outside here now. Those boys now, they get shop. They get markets. But they sell, Abi. You now, you get real estate company. You get land, you get house, but you didn't sell. So that means you and I are the same boat too. The only package is different because they are practical about it. Do you understand? No, sir, you are be now. So today, if you see those boys, shake their hand. Yes. Oh, my colleague. But it's true. It's true. Very true. Do you understand? If you see, again, one proverb for Ebola, they say, big name, and they kill dog. That's why they arrange them for us. Realtors, associates. We no one answer agent when the original hustlers get. You understand me? But that big name come back and be like, say we did different. That is same. No matters, we're selling land, selling houses, and earning commission. You see those boys where they see for sellers? They're not get shop, they're not get market. But when they sell, when they take you to the shop and there's a sale, the owner of the shop will recognize their effort. Because if not for those boys, to carry you all the way from, you know how far it is from CMS to Balogo or Mandelas?
Yes.
Those boys will follow you all the way. Under sun, they don't they wait you. They don't say that they come, but they wait. You get there. Once you jam them, there is no walking. In fact, you can't escape them. When I don't walk past them before, if you won't get low, they go offer to carry them for you. Do you understand? They make you comfortable. They take you inside somebody's shop. They tell you, sit down. You want water? They will bring you water. It's not that shop. You might not buy at the end of the day, but they'll tell you, the way they swear, like, you need cold water. They make I bring you cold. They'll go and get you bottled water. Do you know what that thing is? They're guilt tripping you. They're emotional blackmail because they've made you relax. They'll put you on that fan. If they went there, I don't want to get out from here. Customer day on a day, they just pursue them. No being get shop. Even they pursue the owner of the shop join. Everybody will give chance because that business. You see, look, I love being Igbo. Mona, there is something about that. That's the core of sales. I don't know if I'm not saying it for boasting sake. I'm saying it so that we can learn. See, when you see person and people ask you, learn from them. When it comes to selling, don't take it away from my people. They will make you comfortable. Sit you down, even the owner of the shop self will comply. He will step aside for you. It doesn't matter. He might be wearing chains, look expensive. He will never interfere with you. So long as they brought you in as a customer, anything where you need to make you comfortable, they will give you. You never buy you. At the end of the day, you might not buy and go. It's okay. But you see, when they have done all of those things for you, at the end of the day, most like you go try, you go even try. You see, this woman will even consider me, give me cold water for this hot sun, put me on that fan. You know, and again, that's an employ. When you don't enter, sit down on that fan, you don't weak. It's not easy to stand up and move. You want rest. And while you're resting, they're putting things, even things that are not available in that shop, in front of you. Anyone you choose, imagine you maybe they sell clothes, they tell them, say, I want shoe, they will go bring it. I want earring, they will go bring them. I want handbag. Nothing like that for the shop where you do. They're not bringing you one, they're bringing you different ones. And if you say, I don't like this one, they go again. If they back in store. That's what you need to emulate as a salesperson. I'm being very, very totally honest with you. If you can't sell like that, your progress, your success will be hard to come. That's why I tell us, form a pride. Meet people, connect, move together in your trade. If you're losing energy, if you're getting weak, you will draw energy from the next man. The day he too is losing energy, he will draw energy from you. What does that drawing energy mean? He's getting tired of not having sold for maybe a month, 2 months. I'm tired of all of this things, and he talks to the person he has met from this plan. And while they're talking, he will not encourage him that, don't worry, to get better. Let us re-strategize. Let us go this way. That's what it's about. You draw energy. You exchange that energy. And it doesn't matter whether it's male or female. Just meet people so that you can have multiple sources of energy. Then, today, they call him Master of Innovation. That's Steve Jobs. And he will be remembered for a long time even after that. He turned tragedy of getting fired into a huge opportunity. How did he do that? He went inside himself and reinvented and did a lot of things. He did a lot of things internally. All the beautiful iPhone. Anytime when you see any girl now, I want iPhone. Steve Jobs. Legacy of the man. how life goes. That's our case study 1. Abraham Lincoln. Do we know this man? Who was he? A what? An ex-American president. But his journey to becoming president was not smooth. This man will be Abraham Lincoln in faith for business at the age of 21. At 21, Nigerians never really know what they want to do with their life. But he's already in business like 21 and he failed. He was defeated in a legislative race at 22. Contest for election 22 years. Failed. He failed again in business at the age of 24. He go back business there. Failed again. He overcame the death of his sweetheart at 26. The love of his life. He had a nervous breakdown at 27. In that time, nervous breakdown. In brain, the heat down too much. When the brain got overheat. Almost run mad. In fact, nervous breakdown and madness, but that temporary one. No be the one, you never enter market, move it down like that. You understand? They don't go but you never enter market. Sometimes, when you get half current, the thing they touch, sometimes current go food, sometimes go low. So that is, yeah, that's how best to describe it. Now, he lost congressional race at 34. Now he went to Congress. He moved from state legislation to, like our own National Assembly, went now for federal, and he still lost at 34. Again, he lost at that congressional race at 36. 2 years later, he tried again, he still failed. He lost a senatorial race at 45. When I see a man, I think they fail, they push himself to the next class. Ain't no stay for that class, so he said this class, maybe they never reach training I need, he go the next one, go there, go fail again. Fail, he will still move himself to the next. See, he's been, despite these failures, he's progressing in life. That's what I want you to take note of. No matter what you think, all the things you have failed at, you are still moving forward, Abi. Then, he failed to become vice president at the age of 47. You know, they fail for all the whole race. So, imagine you start from councillor, you fail. Chairman, you fail. State House of Assembly, you fail. Federal House of Assembly, you fail. National Assembly, you fail. You go become senator, you fail. You even go do vice president, fail. Some people, and guess what? This is in the field of politics. Mind you, the way politicians do. At each time, they will remind you that you have been failing, but they get your record for hand. When you will not say politics they bad, try do something where they wrong. It will bring your file for even the things where you do, where you don't know, say you do. Politicians will show you. They have it. And then he was elected president of the United States at the age of 52. He continued to fail, but you see all those failures was preparing him to become a president at 52. And that's what he ended up doing. He became president of the US, POTUS. So here you come to the realization. Finally, you understand that whether it's about surviving or hunting as a predator or playing the game or building an IT giant company, this awareness of wasted efforts made these people sharper, better, richer to ultimately succeed in reaching their goals. You see people they fail at major things, and you ordinarily to sell one shikini land, you fail. You can't say like real estate to do from me. Why? How do you give up so easily? Why? What you have to do is change your strategy. Change your strategy. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over and over. You get no result. Or you keep getting the same result. I try to walk through this wall and I walk into this wall. It's only a robot. And I'll keep walking and I'll keep hitting the wall. But you see, all I have to do is take 2 steps to the right. I'm true. But if I keep walking at this wall, I won't get anywhere. All I have to do is change. You see, that 2 steps to the right was a little bit of change in strategy. But sometimes, because you walk alone, you might not realize what you're doing wrong. I don't know if you guys get it. When I get mirror, when I don't do finish, and I'll go sit down and look the mirror. Maybe that one calabash with mirror inside. At the end of the day, you go knock a coco. The thing will come show you the play of how you do things. But if you go with people, you might be, maybe 2 of us walking somewhere. I'm talking to someone, she's talking to another person. At the end of it, one will come out. If she has success with the person she spoke with, and I didn't have success with the person I spoke with, I'll ask her, how did you do it, and what did I do wrong? You see, because 2 of us analyze it, there are certain things that she would tell me that I was doing wrong, that on my own I would never have realized. I always say something about you. If you want to really understand yourself, there's something I do. When I'm home, sometimes I really want to do a real mental evaluation of how I speak. I go completely naked and I stand in front of the mirror and I'm speaking. I'm looking myself eyeball to eyeball. I'm telling myself things I'm doing right, things I'm not doing right. Or if I even practice to do a sales pitch with myself in front of a mirror, looking myself in the eyes, there's always things I notice. Maybe the way that my hand moves too much, or there's a way I stand. Because I'm standing in front of it, I'll see it. And I always advise that you should take time out when you're home alone. Each of us, when you do it, there are certain things you find out about yourselves that ordinarily you would never have known. Do you know that some people, when you're talking to people, there's a way maybe they say something, you now roll your eyes. You won't know you do that. Because you've been doing it so long, it's a part of you. It's either you stand in front of a mirror and do that practice and you see yourself roll your eyes, or you go with somebody and at the end of the day, we're analyzing ourselves and how we spoke with the prospect. And then you will tell me, why did you roll your eyes that time? I said, roll my eyes. I didn't roll my eyes now. No, you did though. At this point, yes, that's true. But I did not even realize I rolled my eyes. I didn't realize it was rude when speaking with people to roll my eyes. But do you know that thing may have been putting people off of me all this while? And I didn't know until I got opinion from someone. Or I stayed in front of my mirror and I did. Stand naked inside your lobby for road, inside your house. Do you understand? In your house, if you really want to really assess yourself on how you sell, stand inside your house alone, nobody there. Get a mirror, be naked, stand there, look yourself in the eyeballs, and practice a sales pitch. You will be shocked at the number of errors you discover by yourself. You will be shocked at errors you discover about yourself. If you're not saying I want to try it. When you try it, you discover, and then you will know. You will begin to see things that need changing about how you sell. You can halt or take a rest momentarily, but you cannot say quits, because success does not come after a few attempts of failure. You need to keep trying. Never give up till you succeed. Learn to grow your life at each stage and go beyond by understanding the power of your wasted efforts. The fact that you didn't succeed at it doesn't mean you don't know how to do it. Doesn't mean that you can't get better at it. Doesn't mean that you cannot adjust this or that. All those things are leading you to one ultimate goal. That goal is success. It's fine-tuning you. It's honing you. It's preparing you. Gold cannot be gold until it passes through fire. All of us are vulnerable to faults. We have our own weaknesses and failures will happen. You see that weakness part? There are certain things you cannot do. Not because you can't do them, because you don't like doing them. You know that some people are shy to, like as I talk to them, some people can't stand here and talk to me inside this class, Abi? Abi? But I know. Yes. But you still want to say, come with, Abi? It's about training yourself to overcome that weakness. It's about going the whole length. How did they say? The whole 9 yards. You groom yourself. You train yourself. You don't like it, but you have to do it. I said something earlier. You can't like a subject if you don't like the teacher. You know if you pass. If you don't like a subject or you don't like the teacher, you know if you pass that subject. You don't get 2 ways about it. Now carry over you will get. So build yourself to like that subject and like the teacher. The group they liking for sales, all the things they say about sales, it's a myth. It's a state of mind. Tell yourself you can do it. And actually, yes. And tell yourself you can do it. And the next step is actually do it. I can talk from now till next week. If I don't practice waiting at all, it will work. And by practice, it begins to remain in you. You go reach a day, you go to talk out. In fact, maybe eventually some of you might end up in front, teaching others like I'm doing now. So, where were we? You see, weaknesses and failures will happen. However, don't shy away from owning your mistakes or failure. You make mistake, you make and be that. Try to correct it. If the person is not willing to listen to you, leave the person, go on to the next one. You don't stop. When it happens, believe that you're wiser today than you were yesterday as you have enhanced your knowledge in this process. Remember I said something. The person you were yesterday must never be better than the person you are today. I don't know if you guys get what I mean. Yes. The person you were yesterday must never. The day you think about it, you sit down and you assess yourself and you say, man, I was better off yesterday. You know that you're beginning to feel your level don't drop. And that's a hard fact of life. The day you assess yourself and you say, man, I was better off yesterday. Don't say you don't drop. Immediately you realize you have dropped. It's not the end of the world though. Begin again to fight to go back up again. The universal success secret mantra for law of wasted effort will simply be learn from failure. Take action. Don't quit. Continue all over again until you succeed. We have come to the end of the class. So finally we have ended this. You see, this law of wasted effort, it has a special place in my heart, in my head. Because if you understand it, you fear nothing. So, question time. Questions, comments?